Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. People have been guessing where our next location might be. Thank you for your comments. So far, people have guessed America, France, Germany, the apartment next door, Russia, Australia, Korea, New Zealand. And I can confirm that one of those is correct. And I'll be telling you which one on the next show. The video we're studying today is an ad for a new mobile phone company in New Zealand called 2degrees. I love this ad. I think it's hilarious, mostly because it has Rhys Darby in it. You might know Rhys Darby from Flight of the Conchords. He plays Murray. Have you heard of the idea of 6 degrees of separation? It's the idea that any two people are connected by, at the most, 5 people. But people say that in New Zealand, because it has such a small population, there are only 2 degrees of separation. When two New Zealanders meet each other for the first time, it's not uncommon for the conversation to go something like, "Where are you from?" "Oh, I'm from such and such a town." "Oh, really? Do you know so-and-so?" "Yeah, I do." Whereas I don't think that happens as much in countries with bigger populations. So that's where the name of the company, 2degrees, comes from. In the ad, Rhys calls New Zealand Godzone, which comes from the phrase God's own country. And you can read about the origin of that phrase in Wikipedia. Personally, I think it sounds kind of arrogant and just a bit weird, so I don't use it. But it is quite common for New Zealanders to call New Zealand Godzone. Rhys's use of the word Pert to describe New Zealand is quite funny. You normally hear body parts being described as small and pert rather than countries. Another funny thing is how he pronounces logo. He says logo. I assumed that he was pronouncing it incorrectly on purpose, in keeping with his character of being kind of stupid. But I just looked it up and I found that logo is also correct. So now I'm just confused. Kia ora, in Stick News today, the Daily English Show is relocating. The Daily English Show is an internet show with an average international audience of 4.2 million viewers a day. Since its launch in April 2006 in Tokyo, Japan, the Daily English Show has taken the online world by storm, and 6 months after the show started, the studio moved north to a town called Kuchan. Almost 3 years later, the Daily English Show announced they will be relocating again. According to reports, the show's producers have confirmed they will be going ahead with the move, despite being offered millions of yen to stay in Kuchan. And that was Stick News for Thursday, the 23rd of July. Kia ora. Today's word is typical. This word has a few different meanings, but the one we're interested in today is this. Adjective, often disapproving, behaving in a way that you expect. For example, she's late again. Typical. At the end of the ad, Rhys says, "So, who's keen?" He's asking if anyone's interested in buying a mobile phone from this company, and then he looks around and he can't see anyone, so he says, "No one." Typical. Even though he's just explained how great this mobile phone company is, nobody's interested. Ugh, typical. Are you going to miss Japan? Aha, so you are leaving Japan. What would you miss? What do you mean? The internet's everywhere. Would you miss the food? Yeah, definitely. I mean, if I was to leave Japan, then I would definitely miss it. So many things, like the internet. Yeah, but lots of countries don't have fast connections, and it's a lot more expensive in many countries. Yeah, stuff that you can't get in other places. But then again, in other places there's stuff that you can't get here, or it's more expensive here. So basically everywhere has its good and bad points, so I'm pretty much happy anywhere. Behaving in the way that you expect. A. Godzone. B. Keen. C. Pert. D. Ruthless. E. Typical. Typical. New Zealand. Godzone. Having or showing no compassion. Ruthless. Small, firm and attractive. Pert. Eager, enthusiastic. Keen. And that was the Daily English Show. See you tomorrow. Bye.